There we go. Oh, okay. There we
There you
go. Recording. Okay. Yo, what's up, guys? It's Aaron from AaronHoner.com. Aaron Honer.
go.
And today I wanted to talk to my friend, just a normal conversation for 10 minutes about God and what she's up to and uh, her graduating. And so this is Viviana.
Hello. Hello.
So we've known each other for about 5 years now, right?
I would say so.
So um, what do you think is what do you think is the hardest thing you had to overcome in the last 5 years that I've seen you go through or that you've told me about? You
The
don't have to
last
be personal, but
the last 5 years, mm, I would say like my biggest thing was getting a license. I know it's not a big deal, but I remember like going into the DMV at 18 and failing the test like two times, and I missed it by one too. And I just felt really like dumb, really like, what am I even doing here? And but my mom like just told me like it's okay, it's not your moment, like just give it time, just go to school, I'll like support you, give you rides.
yeah,
And so to do a lot of things from then to now, just recently getting my license, I think literally this year, um, my parents took me everywhere, people gave me rides, and it was kind of like if in this economy, it kind of feels embarrassing
yeah,
because it's like you want to be like everybody else having a car, but
uh,
people like, but me, I have to ask for rides, and I feel like I'm doing too much, or I feel like maybe I don't want people to feel like I'm using them for using like
yeah. No,
the
I feel you.
car.
Yeah, exactly.
So, but now recently getting it and doing the test, I'm like, wow, this is so easy.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
what was
exactly.
I stressing about? And
Uh-huh.
so, yeah, I got my car, got my license, and yeah, everything's good.
Sweet. That's awesome. Yeah. I mean, all it is, I think, and I hear you because it's like it's just a limiting belief, right? It's like, oh, I don't know if I could do that or whatever your struggle with. What do you think your thought was behind it that like led you to like be like struggle with it so much like before you overcame that challenge of getting your license?
Mm, I always said that I just needed more brain cells to pass the
Uh,
exam.
yeah.
Like, I feel like going to school, going to university, like pushed me to like push my brain to like study more, do
Uh,
quizzes, like, and reading the book. I'm not about reading the book. I did read
yeah.
the book, but not like I skimmed the book. I didn't actually read it until
Yeah.
like last year. I was like, okay, let me open it, let me read it, let me sit down. So it's like pushing yourself to actually do the work. But these days, I feel like I wanted things the easy way and probably cheat, be lazy, go
Yeah.
for it. But things don't go. That's not how life works. Just but you can take risks, but don't. You gotta practice. You gotta like study before you do the rest too.
Yeah. Study,
It's not.
yeah, before you do. Yeah, exactly. I agree. Um, what do you think is our what do you think is our funniest memory we have together on the top of your head or favorite memory or any like moment that
Favorite memory. Oof. I lost a lot of memory, if I could tell you this. But um, I would say, have you ever gone bowling? I don't even think you've done. I don't think you ever
what'd you
been
say?
bowling. I said you never been bowling, didn't you? With
No, I
us.
know I went a few times.
Um,
I don't know if you were there though.
Funniest memory. You did a lot of stuff, but like I don't have something scarred in my head to be like that was good. I just remember our good memories, just going to the park, but I don't remember like I said, I think I remember that one memory where we were talking on the like by the tree at the park, and I think
Yeah.
I was like venting, but
Oh.
I don't remember like a lot.
No, it's all good. I was just curious that um what was your first impression of me?
Oh, you have a lot of energy. It was
Oh,
actually nice to meet someone that has the same vibe as me when I was like younger, because at the time you met me, I was like going through it, so I was like more held back and not like outgoing anymore. I just was depends on who I choose to be outgoing to. But for you, it was like you were outgoing with everyone. You didn't care. You would do like what you want to do. And I'm like, dang, I want to be like that too. Like I don't care what people say. And If I think about it, I'm gonna do it. That's you. But for me,
Yeah.
I think about it and I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do it.
Yeah. And so
Uh,
like, yeah, no, I hear you. Um, so yeah, I had a lot of energy. That was your first impression of me that I
yeah, a lot of
had.
energy. A lot of energy.
Um, okay, so you've traveled, you're wait, you're 20, gonna be 24, you said, or
Gonna
23?
turn 23.
Okay, 23. So you're at your you're at it. So you just graduated college, you're fresh out of college, and you're traveling the world, and you're like, so how do you feel at this moment? Like honestly, one on a scale of 1 to 100, like the best you've ever felt in your life. Like how do you feel emotionally, like physically, like financially,
Mm,
overall? Well, I guess so you can go through like each one and just see like
yes,
you
yes.
feel.
Oh, we can do spiritually last because that's a
Okay,
lot.
yeah, yeah.
Mentally, from a scale to 0 to 100, I would feel like I would think like 85.
Oh
It's like,
wow, that's awesome. I'm glad to hear that.
but I feel like sometimes mentally, like I don't know. I like to like tell myself like, okay, girl, like you're sad, but there's worse things going on in life, in other people's lives. That's how I feel sometimes.
Uh,
But I'm like, okay, like mentally, I push myself to be better. Like, okay, stop. Like, we just got to do something. We just got to distract ourselves. Let's go to the gym. So I try to like microscope my thoughts. Like, why do I feel that way mentally? So
yeah. You like analyze it, you're saying, or no?
analyze it. Yeah, but it's not as bad as it used to be. So I would say that. Physically, ooh, I've been going to the gym, so I feel like physically I feel like a 70.
So you did you go to the gym like were you in good shape when you were younger and then you got out or in or vice versa or whatever? Like,
Ooh. So my body's always been like natural. A lot of people think I've been going to the gym. Like or my body has been like process of the gym, but it wasn't really like that until uh like since we met, I had a friend from church take me to the gym
mm,
because he was teaching me how to like how everything works, and I was like kind of like, oh, I don't know how anything works at EOS. Like everything's huge, everything's crazy,
yeah.
and he was teaching me, but I kind of liked it because I was there for like 3 hours,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, okay, like I can do this, but it was harder because I didn't have a ride, so it's like depending on someone to go to the gym.
Mm,
So I just kind of flaked out, and I was like, nah, I'm just gonna focus on school, try to watch what I eat, but it was unhealthy because it's like you sacrifice on what the things you like so you can feel better by yourself.
yeah.
But that's not really how it works. Like if you starve yourself, like they say that you're gonna I don't know. So if you starve yourself, you're gonna get like more pounds. That's what I've always heard. So I
Uh-huh.
was like, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
But ever since I graduated university, I've been like I went here to Mexico. I was like, I need to go to the gym when I go to Mexico. So and once after 2 weeks being on my dad's side, which doesn't have a gym nearby, it's kind of like a little city. There's not really much. And then so I came to my mom's side after 2 weeks, and there's a gym like right around the corner. And I've been hitting the gym for
Oh,
like
nice.
for 3 weeks now. But I feel good. Like I feel like there's process. There's progress.
Yeah.
And I've been hitting like when you start going to the gym and you're like, oh, this is too heavy for me. But now like when time goes by, like you're like, oh, I can go to the next level because I'm
Yeah.
like
You're at like such a great point in your journey because most people drop off after 2 weeks. Yeah, that's the turning point. You know that, right?
really.
Yeah, like literally everybody like let's say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym, and then literally less than 2 weeks. Normally it's even less than 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is the point where you like start to like um you start to not get as sore, like I've heard 2 weeks is like that marker. And then once you hit like a month, it's like, okay, I can do 6 months. Now I can do a year. Like it's like, yeah, it's like momentum. That's how
Oh
I,
yeah.
yeah.
No, but I've had days where I missed because of good reasons, like resting, because I've been doing because my grandma be putting a lot of work on me, like clean this, clean that, organize this, organize that. So I do it for her. Or I go to the store and I walk. So I'm like, okay, if I didn't go to the gym, at least I walked. At least I went outside. I moved
Yeah,
my muscles.
walking is the best exercise. Walking is better than the weightlifting and all that. Way better, like on your body. So it's like walking is
Uh-huh.
is everything. I just just remember, like, you don't always have to go to the gym. You can do knee push-ups at home. You can do squats, like, and
Oh
that's
yeah, yeah.
good. Like, you don't always have to like do the official workout.
Yeah, and I put YouTube videos. I'm like, okay, let's do a 30-minute. But I'm like,
Yeah, exactly. That's all you need.
exactly.
Like, yeah.
And then I missed well the gym for 48 hours because I went on the vacation. But I was like, honest, I came back. I was like, honestly, I did kind of go to the gym at vacation because I was swimming a lot without a life jacket.
Uh,
And I'm like moving. I'm a really good swimmer.
yeah, swimming is literally one of the best exercises besides walking. Like, that's like so good. Like, that's everything,
Love
you know?
swimming.
Yeah,
Swimming is my like passion.
yeah,
I love swimming in the ocean. Do you swim in the ocean?
yeah, yeah.
Oh no, I have the ocean ever like beat you up,
Oh
throw you
yeah,
over.
I literally like so there was a quick story. Yeah, like I literally so me and my Evan, my brother, like was like, "Hey, help, help. I can't get out of here." And then my other friend was like went to go like he was a little bit like further closer to me and then I was just like, "What?" Like I thought they were just kidding or something or I didn't think it was that serious. But there was like a current, like a undercurrent or
A
whatever.
riptide. Yeah, something like that. They say.
Yeah, undertide or whatever. I've riptide or something. I forget.
Yeah, 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 riptide. I
Yeah,
think.
something like that. But it was like I was like, oh, I'm gonna just like go out there and just push him back. Somehow that would work, right? I'm just like, that's not gonna work, but
Anything,
I just thought
anything.
of that. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna save him, and like I was like, oh crap, like, and then we like got out there, and all of a sudden I was like, crap, I'm literally like, I can't get back there, and then
You're like,
like,
oh, you're like, dang, I should have called for help.
yeah, exactly. I should have done that, but I was like, okay, and then like 20 minutes later, like we start panicking and like literally we're out there for like I don't know how many minutes. It went by so fast. You know how
Oh my
life and
God.
death situations are.
Yes,
I
yes.
don't know how long it was, but it was like so I literally started like panicking and I was like and when you panic like that's really bad because it's like you waste all your
Yeah.
energy that you have, like
Oh
so I'm
yeah.
like panicking. I'm just like, oh, like we're done. Like, and then I literally like let go, and I'm just like, okay, I'm gonna die. Like, because we were far out there, and like we were holding
Oh
on to
gosh.
the barnacles to the like pier, and there was
Oh yeah.
getting all scraped up. Like we had scraps everywhere, and like because those things are sharp, like.
No, they are.
So I was like, okay, like, and all of a sudden, like, we were hanging out. Like, the first step was like, all right, grab the barnacles, and then we just kept like getting worse, further out there until we were like literally like way out there, like way,
Oh,
way out there. And I was just like, okay. And then obviously combined with panic, and I was like, all right, like I literally was like wasted all my energy, and I was like, all right, 3, 2, 1. I'm just gonna like relax and just like I give it to God. Like I'm gonna see God. Like, and then all of a
no.
sudden there was lifeguards that came, and then like, boom, we got like saved and stuff. It was crazy, but it was scary. Like it
I
was so
know those
scary.
lifeguards were tired with y'all.
What?
I know those lifeguards were like these kids.
I know exactly. Like, yeah, but yeah.
No, I've had two incidents on the beach. I think the first one was I went on a mission trip in Tijuana, and we went to go visit like the last hours before we crossed the border. Was going to like the beach in Tijuana. I don't know if you've seen it, but like it's that beach where everybody goes. Like kind of like there's always like I've always see it everywhere, but it's like the border between San Diego and Tijuana. And there's always news stories of people like seeing each other, families meeting up there. But to the story, it was like cloudy. It was like gray skies, kind of like it was about to be a storm.
Hmm.
But I didn't care. I want to go in the water. So I got in and I was like swimming and for some reason it just the current got me under
Ooh,
and it was so strong and I remember opening my eyes under the water and it was gray and it was like foam. Like, like I was just rolling under there. And I did think for a split second that I was gonna die.
wow, that's
And
crazy. Yeah.
I just pulled myself out and no one even noticed. It was just me.
Wait, what do you mean you pulled yourself out? Like, where did you go? Like you?
I was kind of close to the sand, but I was like under,
Oh,
like like it was like a little mini tide, a mini wave, but it still pushed me under. But
oh,
then I'm
that's
pretty sure
crazy.
others thought that I was like, swimming and that was normal, but it was really strong. And then And the one in Costa Rica last summer, I was I was swimming with a bunch of high schoolers because they're part of our group. And I was like thinking I'm a pro, like okay, I'm doing this because those waves are really strong.
Oh,
Those
I
waves are really
know.
strong. And it was like jumping every time a wave come up, like you would jump over the wave. And a teacher comes and yells at their high school students. I'm an adult, like I'm not part of that conversation, but I was still swimming. And I'm telling myself, okay, maybe because this lifeguard came up to us and he's like, "Hey, I see like a tide, like a rip tide or something. Like it's pretty strong. Like move to this side." So we moved to that side. I was like, "Okay, I'm gonna jump a few waves and then I'm gonna head out." And once I'm in the water and I realize I'm like, "Okay, this wave that's pulling up is gonna be my last wave and I'm leaving. I'm getting off the beach." This last wave beat me up. Like I don't know what it was, but the wave instead of I didn't jump like correctly and the wave overpowered me and it pulled me under. And I
Oh,
kid you not, Aaron, I kid you not. My stomach was out and my head and my legs were pulled back, like folded.
really?
I was
Like you
folded like a
scorpion? Like you were
sandwich.
like that, like
Yes,
back everywhere. Like,
yes. I was folded like a sandwich backwards. And I was like,
oh,
oh, and it hurt so bad under the water. But I managed to like force myself to like go up. And I just walked out of the water. I was like, yeah, I'm done. Like, that's the last one.
I
But I
can't
did,
believe that. That's
I was
crazy.
sore. I was sore. I was
I
hurt. Like,
bet. Yeah, that hurts so bad. I hate when that happens. Like that. That just
it
hurts
hurts.
thinking about it.
It feels like your muscles are like stretched out. Oh no.
I know. Yeah,
It did
that's
hurt.
crazy.
It did like take my air, like my lungs, like everything. I was just done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Physically, we're good.
Uh-huh.
I love swimming. I'm not mad at the ocean. I will always love the ocean.
Yeah. So you went to Costa Rica, Mexico multiple times. Oh yeah. So
Just
you know
one
Me
time.
what?
Just one time.
Oh, okay. Um, but now you know Spanish, so just school them in Spanish. Just say I'm just kidding. But no, that's cool. You know, Espanol. Um, what's the like? How did you learn that like so fluently? Because you like, I right, you speak it like perfectly. I feel
I
like
speak it good, not perfectly. I obviously can't talk like you can't not put me in a novella and I'm gonna like do good at it. Like they'll know. Have you seen a video of Selena Gomez trying to speak Spanish? That's like me.
dude, you're really good at speaking Spanish. Don't like you really are like
No,
you.
I'm good, but when I talk to other people here in Mexico, obviously they could tell I'm not
Oh well,
fluent.
yeah. Obviously, like
Yeah.
still like you still have a long way to go. You're not even like you're only 22, so it's like you have a long way. You can learn it your whole life, you know. But
Yeah.
like so I really respect what you've done like with traveling and stuff because as you're young, like you want to experience things. You don't know what you like and what you don't like. Like when I was 19, I went to Spain and Morocco, and then um and I just wanted to travel and like get out of surprise. And
Hmm.
I really respect what you're doing as far as like traveling and stuff to different countries and all that, like experiencing life. So um
You know what my favorite part is?
what
When you're flying off, when you're leaving Sky Harbor and you look down and everything just gets small and small and you're in the
really?
clouds.
Oh wow, that's an
And
interesting
you're like,
thing. Yeah.
wow,
Uh
like my world is there, but there's more out there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
And
wow,
I
that's
always
such a
need a
good
window
point.
seat. Are you a window seat or a middle person? Or
Oh,
but air
who likes the middle people? Like who would want the middle person? Like I literally like I love the window.
window for sure.
Yeah, window for sure. Because then you can control like close it and open it, and you can like shine it in their eyes. No, I'm just kidding.
No more. I was on the window. There's a little boy trying to move it. I'm like, boy, move your hand.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Um.
Mm.
So like, what do you think? Do you think you'll continue traveling? Like, what do you think you'll do in the next like? Let's break it up to
Oh
30
gosh.
days, 60 days, 90 days, like 6 months. Like I mean, not that you have to have it all planned out, but what do you think you'll continue to do? Will you travel? What do you think you
Dang.
want to do?
Thing is, I don't know. Like I feel like I've made it. I've only made it this. Like I only imagine my life to this point. I think after July, that's when I think like I have no idea what I'm gonna do in August because I have it in my mind. Oh, I muted myself like second. I had in my mind I'm gonna find a job in August, but a part of me doesn't want to work a 9 to 5. A part of
Yeah.
me wants to work half a week and then to use the other week to like travel.
Uh-huh.
No, I don't think traveling is expensive, but I don't know. I just got to see how all like how I can make it happen or make it a
Yeah, you'll make
job
it
as
happen.
well. Make it a job, like not just for traveling for myself, but traveling, oops, for others too.
Yeah.
Because people think you have to be so rich to travel, but it's really just, finding the connection, forcing yourself to that you can actually have that experience. It's just there's no, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. The world is there for us to explore, and if God wants us, I feel like God always let me see a lot of stuff in my dreams that I've always wanted. Because I remember in fifth grade, I've always dreamed about going to the Big Apple. I remember telling myself that. Like, I want two things, go to the Big Apple and go to university.
Wait, Big Apple, where's that again? I'm
In
sorry.
New York City.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I did go I remember in high school, I was walking in the hallway and I saw a flyer on the hallway. And no one even looks at the flyers, but I did. And it said a trip for the seniors, it was a trip to New York City.
Oh, wow.
And at that time, I was working at Burger King. I didn't tell everybody I was working at Burger King, but I was working at Burger King. And I was saving money. And I was like, honestly, and the trip was like 2,500. And I was like, I can do it. If I pick up extra shifts, if I miss out football games and work the shifts, because no one wants to work night shift at Burger King. So
Uh-huh.
I would go in after school and get out at 11 and then go to school the next day.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So once I made it to New York City, I was like, and it got canceled back to back because of COVID.
Uh-huh.
So we didn't really go in 2022, and the program was telling us like you can either have your refund or you can wait until we go to New York. And by then we got to New York, it was my teacher, my I invited my siblings under my name. So it was my teacher, my sister, my brother, me, and these two high schoolers.
Really? And how long ago
Yep.
was this you're saying? I'm
This was in 2022.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah,
I
small group.
wow. That's cool.
Everybody flaked out because I even had a good friend of mine like
Wait,
tell me she,
everybody flaked out, but you still went?
yeah, I was like, I'm waiting. Like this is my one opportunity to go to New York. Like there's no other opportunity. I don't care. I'll wait 5 years, 10 years. I'm going.
Wow.
That's what
I
I
love that determination. Like, I think that's a reason why that's a big reason why you're successful with everything you do. The determination, just being like, all right, I choose this, I'm gonna make it happen. Like, as long as it's in God's will, I'm gonna make this happen. And like, I love that.
you know what's worse? I got the flu the day before I was gonna go to New York.
You got the food?
The flu.
Oh, you did?
Yes, and oh gosh, I was
Wow.
heavily medicated.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
trying not to cough on the plane because I don't
Uh,
want people to think I had COVID. So I would hold everything in. Like I was like,
oh, that's so tough. That's so tough. Dang.
yeah. But I had fun.
Yeah.
I had a good time.
How long were you there?
Just 3 days.
3 days. That's awesome. Um, but yeah, so okay. Moving subjects because I know we're going past 10 minutes, but
It's
we
okay.
took a
I'm
while
having
to
a good time.
start it. Cool. So I'm curious, like, so you how many years have you been involved in church? Because we obviously grew up the same
Ooh.
church. Well, I mean, not grew up, but like in young adulthood, I guess we grew up in the same church, right? Young adults,
Yeah.
20s or whatever.
So we're going to spiritually.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm curious, like, so okay. So what did you grow into? I mean, so did you what was your experience with like the church and like so far, like and like
Mm,
growing up and also like after like when you hit reveal and just all that?
my first memory was I was going to church as a little girl. I would say what I remember is like 6, 7 years old. My mom. my mom ever since she met my dad after like leaving the Mexico, she jumped the border, but she's an American citizen now. But back in the like day, she came to Mexico. In Mexico, my family was Catholic,
Yeah.
but she learned God in a Christian way in Mexico, and she decided that she needed to go to the U.S. to like have something a new identity, a new life. Then she met my dad working, and then
Where did they meet?
they met at a restaurant in Peoria.
Really?
It used to be called Earl's
Oh wow, that's
restaurant
interesting. Okay.
by the 101 by the freeway by where it used to be where those it's not a flower shop I think, but
Okay.
it was a restaurant. They met there. My dad was a dishwasher. My mom was like the host, like a waitress.
Really? Wow,
Yeah.
that's a cool story. How old were they when they met?
My dad was 18 and my mom was 21.
Really?
Yeah.
Was your dad like more mature for his age or what?
Oh no.
Oh, really?
No, he was really young. My actually my grandparents weren't really happy that he was with my mom. They just didn't like that relationship, but my mom was in love with him. And so but they did get pregnant. She did get pregnant with my I think another baby, but it passed away. But I know she got pregnant again with my older brother.
Oh
And
wow.
that's when they decided to like move in. They were trying to find like places and they were living with my family. I think there was one point that was my grandpa was living with us, my aunts were living with us. So it was like a huge household, like a lot of people in a household, and it was like us growing up in there. And I grew up in Youngtown.
No way.
I grew up in Youngtown.
No way.
I did. I used to me and my sister would go to the pond. She pushed me in the pond. I used to like trick or treat in the near the pond. So that's like a good life. Every time I feel sad, I drive over there and sit by the pond or I bring friends to watch the skyline of El Mirage by the pond. So
Dude, I did not know you grew up in Youngtown. That's crazy. That's
I did. I remember getting stuck in the ditch. Me and my sister went down there and I was crying because I could not go up.
wow.
But definitely amazing memories. Or like
Yeah.
or there's a little park right there and we had like city events and I remember like having a good time, going to VBS and all that stuff.
Wait, VBS, what church did you go to over there? What was it
I
called?
was There was a church called I went off I went can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I went off I was gonna check, but I don't want to cancel the call. I don't remember. I can
Was
tell
it
you.
it wasn't Compass Bible Church. Wait, was it a Spanish church or no?
No, it was an English church. It was a public church. It was like right next to the park.
Oh yeah, was it Compass Bible Church?
I think so.
Dude,
It
I
has
went to the same church.
shut up, Aaron. No.
No, I'm serious, bro.
And
Like,
like and there was a lot of people and like right outside there's like a little park right there.
yeah, like the brick building or no?
No.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Wait, no, wait, what? No, I'm just saying no, like no way.
Oh
But
yeah, it's like a brick building, like white bricks, like not
I
white
think
bricks,
so. Yeah,
like
and there's like a retirement home like right in front of it.
yeah, retirement home and the police station
No
right there, right?
way.
Yeah. Dude,
Yes, I
literally,
went there.
that that's insane,
I
dude.
went there for BBS like every summer.
No way, dude. I was like, because dude, that's insane. Because I literally did
No,
VBS I was leading VBS for like years, bro. Like I was like when I hit 13, I led VBS for
no.
like in that church. Yeah.
I remember some memories being BBS. I remember like one flash memory of being in VBS and like there was like a PowerPoint, two screens or something, but there was a lot of kids and we were like seeing. I
Yeah.
remember that.
Do you know Joe Oswalt?
No, I don't remember anything. I just remember
Oh,
being there.
oh, okay.
Or
Wow.
when we had Christmas parties at that church, like everybody would go through the church and like get food, and everybody would
Yeah,
like,
he's at potlucks, right? Yeah,
yeah.
dude, that's crazy. I can't believe I bet you where there's like some connection where like we ran into each other because what year was it that you because I grew up there my whole life. Like that was my childhood church.
Oh my. I grew up there, I think 2000. I didn't leave that place because ever since the crash of the economy,
Uh-huh.
we had to move. We had to move like in 2009, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was definitely there before that. So that's crazy.
Yeah, we moved from Youngtown and we went to a little small apartment that was like right next to what do you call that? Mike's Market.
Mike's Market.
in Peoria. It's like
Uh,
right next to the Goodwill.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
If you go
Oh,
down
God.
Grand, and you know where
Yeah.
Denny's is at,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Humberto's, and that's where I grew up. Like
Oh,
after
wow.
Youngtown, yeah, we moved farther.
Wow. Interesting.
And then I was going to church, a Spanish church with my mom. We had to go drive all the way to Glendale from that place. That's when I
Wow.
started going to church. Um, my mom wanted to involve that because ever since we left Youngtown, we still wanted like, still have that godly connection, and she wanted like to have that in her marriage.
Hmm.
But I didn't learn much in that church. I remember just being a kid
Yeah.
and dancing, and I was like sleeping on the couch, like on the chairs because I'm like tired. I want to go home. Every kid is like that at
Yeah.
church.
Yeah.
And then after that church, after that we moved because the church like some like beef was going on with like the
Yeah.
building, and they changed it up, and the landlord got mad.
Yeah.
So we just it that church was actually near the drive-in, the movie drive-in.
Really? Oh, wow. That's cool.
Yeah. And then after that we moved again right across from the apartment, which was like near a railroad, next to Peoria High School. We lived by
Oh,
that
yeah.
houses next to Peoria High School. And I went to Cheyenne Elementary. We are still going to church. We went to a different church in El Mirage, and this was like a bilingual church, like teach the adults in Spanish, but sometimes the teachers would teach us like English or Spanish, depends on who the kids. But I had mad beef with them. Like I didn't know, I don't know what it was, but I as a kid I hated the way they taught God. And I remember one conversation, the lady telling me like how it was like a red moon. It's just like three more red moons and Jesus is gonna come. And I was like scared. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And I don't know, just the way they taught, like it didn't feel like the truth to me. And I felt like the pastors were picking and choosing who they were their favorites were.
Yeah.
So, and I remember crying, to, like having beef with the pastor's wife, and
Oh, wow. That's,
it was really hard. It was really hard. Like
yeah.
maybe she didn't think it was beef. For me, it was beef.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then my mom had problems with her, and then my mom realized I was like, "See, mom, like this is what I was talking about," and that's when she decided to leave. Then we went to the church at ACA, which was like a English and Spanish church
Oh,
services.
yeah.
I went to that church. It was called New Vintage or something. And that's when I was passing Reveal. At that point, I was passing,
Wow.
and I saw the orange tent, and I was passing by, and I had to go to ECA. And then because of COVID, they got like the elders decided to have everybody go their own way. And then we went to my pastor decided to go to the gathering. I think you've heard of this pastor. His name is David Jackson.
Uh, the worship pastor?
Yeah, used to
Yeah,
be
I
the
know
worship
David
pastor.
Jackson. Yeah.
He was my youth pastor.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's a
Then he chose
small
the
world.
gathering. I went to the gathering. I didn't really after two services. Me and Jose thought it wasn't for us.
Hmm.
And then I decided. I remember going on YouTube and seeing Marty's teachings, and I was like, I want to go to Reveal. And I went to Reveal, and I felt really like welcome. That I really loved it. And I was like, this is a beginning to a new journey. Like it's my decision. I get to choose the church I want to go.
And you were
And
18 then, or what, 17?
I was 18, about to turn 19,
Okay.
or I was 19. But yeah,
Wow. Interesting. And so, like, you've obviously, okay, moving subjects again. So,
move subjects. I don't.
what?
I don't mind.
Okay, yeah. So, and you don't have to get into like details, but I think like guys would be curious about like what the biggest like problem you run into about guys like person, whether it's like that turns you off about guys like whether it's Christian guys or like or
Mm,
obviously like in both, but you can just mention like
a good
top three
question.
like things or top five things that like that you see in guys that you're like because obviously you've been around like
Just call them Icks.
okay our biggest X, yeah, yeah, that's good, yeah, that's good.
My three Icks, body language. I like to read body language.
Hmm.
And if you're giving like if like wandering eyes, or you're not like the way they're speaking. I don't know. I mean, maybe I'm just too being too extra, but I can tell when a guy is interested in me or they're interested in other factors, whether it's like my body
Uh-huh.
or my attention or things like
Yeah.
that. I can tell.
Yeah.
Like it's not they don't want to talk for me like who I am as a person. They just want to talk like they don't think much. It's more like out of sight, out of mind. I don't know. Like if I'm
Yeah,
around
like
them, they're like interested, but when they're not, like in their own when they're on the world, like I'm not even an idea. I'm not even like a thought, you know?
are you saying like they just genuinely don't care about you? They're just after like looks or like or just
Yeah, I
want
would
your
say so.
attention or whatever, like just kind of
Have
like
some
oh,
fun, things like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Like yeah,
That's common, would you say? That's very common.
that's common. For me, I think that's common.
What?
For me, I think it's common.
So you run into guys that just want you for the wrong reasons a lot, you're saying?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you notice that stuff like it's not like you notice it because my thoughts are like girls read guys a lot better than guys because they have had guys coming up to them their whole lives. If you think about it, like trying to ask them out or get their number, and also like women I think they have more emotional intelligence in general, like overall.
Yes,
So
I think so. I think that's true.
yeah,
Second ick. Uh, personal hygiene.
uh,
That's really important. Personal hygiene. Like, I think if I have to force myself to do the things I got to do to make myself smell good and look good, I think people should do the same.
yeah, I agree. I hear you.
Like,
So personal what?
no, no, we're gonna say
Personal hygiene. Okay, so top two icks so far. Number one, wanting you for the wrong reasons, whether wanting your attention or wanting you for sex or
look.
whatever, right?
Yep.
Um, and then no, and not genuinely being like interested and not maybe having conversations, right? Like, because you I feel like are want to have like intellectual conversations instead of just like you know what I mean. You don't want to just
Yeah.
right?
That's always been like that.
Yeah, and like you want to laugh too, right?
Oh, heck yeah. Who doesn't
Yeah.
want to?
So, okay. So, would you say like, okay, and then second ick would be personal hygiene, like not taking care of your hair
Mm-hmm.
or like smelling bad or bad breath or whatever.
Third ick, not having their life together. I think it's really important, to look forward in the future, like what life's gonna look like in a few months, years.